Hello and welcome back to another episode. Now today I'm going to be showing you my Xbox 360 game library. It's quite a large library, so this might take a little while and I'll have to be fairly brief with each individual title. But this is something which you guys have been requesting now for a little while. You've seen, for example, my Mega Drive collection. You're like, when are we going to get to see your Xbox 360 library? Because every now and then I do mention that I'm playing. For example, yesterday I was playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, and it seems that that's just frustrating you guys. Like, come on, show us the goods. So here we go. This will take as long as it takes, I guess, and in no particular order. Let's get stuck in, shall we? So first of all, we have 007 Quantum of Solace on the Xbox 360. It's actually, I think, a fairly good shooting game. Not as good as the remake of GoldenEye, but you know, passable. I actually re-bought it, having sold it when I got GoldenEye on the Wii. We have Ghostbusters, the video game. That's a pretty good game. I've already recorded a video about my thoughts on that. We have probably the best open world driving chaos game ever made, Burnout Paradise. I love that game, absolutely love it. We have the first of my Assassin's Creed games, Assassin's Creed Rogue. I'm currently playing through that. It's the final Assassin's Creed game that I can play on this generation. We have the Silent Hill HD Collection. Actually, I'm going to be playing this straight after I filmed this. I'm in the mood for a bit of Silent Hill. I'll put it over on the couch there. We have Tomb Raider, the reboot, the 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider, an excellent game. And we have The Rise of the Tomb Raider, of course, a superb, I suppose, follow-up of a superb evolution of that first game's formula. We have a couple of special editions now. We have a special edition of Splinter Cell Blacklist. I am really quite a big fan of the Splinter Cell games, and this particular one comes with a SAM sort of style watch. It's got three dots on it, three green readouts. We have the Watch Dogs special edition, which comes with a cap and also the scarf as worn by the protagonist. I've actually yet to play this game. I really should dive into it. Continuing with the special editions, we have the Halo Reach sort of black box special edition, a really quite a funky and a substantial piece of kit with some substantial documents, which I'm yet to play as well. I really do need to pull my thumb out on some of these games. Why do I need to go current gen? I've got so much games to play here that I need to catch up on. We have next The Evil Within. This isn't a special edition, this is just the game with its cover inside out. I'm really enjoying that so far. We have Gears of War 3, and well, of course I've got Gears of War games. It's an Xbox 360. We have Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, pre-owned at £3, not too bad. We have the final special Ultimate Edition of Skyrim, probably one of the best games on the Xbox 360. We have the Steelbook Edition of Devil May Cry 4. We have South Park and the Stick of Truth. I'm yet to play that, but I've heard great things about it. We have the inside out cover of BioShock Infinite. I love BioShock. I'm actually yet to play this game. So many games that I actually do need to play. We have, based on a recommendation from a friend, Mass Effect, and probably the other two Mass Effect games as well. We have Just Cause 2, a great game if you enjoy causing carnage in the open world. And we have Portal 2, fun with science. Back with the special editions, and we have here Dishonored special edition. Comes actually with a tarot card deck. I actually really quite like the game. It's got a great steampunk style to it. We have the collector's edition of this one is, let me just check, Assassin's Creed Revelations. It has an art book inside and a really rather sort of complicated opening mechanism for the box. It's quite pleasing. I do enjoy my Assassin's Creed games. We have Assassin's Creed 2, probably the best of the series in my opinion, or maybe the second best. It depends what mood I'm in. We have Assassin's Creed 3 Special Edition, the Join or Die edition. Comes in this wonderful box. Not the best in the series, but certainly, shall we say, ambitious. And we have the special edition of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Depending on what day you catch me, this is my favourite of the series so far. Moving on, we have Resident Evil Revelations 2. I'm yet to actually play this one because I'm yet to actually properly finish Resident Evil Revelations, but that was $4.99 in a sale. I simply had to get it. That's an Xbox game. That doesn't really count, I guess. We have Aliens Colonial Marines, because I like the atmosphere. Even though it's a terrible game, I like the atmosphere. Thankfully, there are other games which are better, which we'll come to in a moment. We have Sonic Generations. Someone should have told me about this game sooner. Sonic meets his old self. Yes, a great mashup there. We have a Bayonetta, a superb game. If you love anime and crazy action, you should get it. Halo 4. Actually, I quite enjoy Halo 4. I know some people don't like it, but I do quite like it. Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. This particular game is the one that I've been trying to get back up to par on. I used to be really quite good at Street Fighter 2, and I don't know. I may have to dive in with Street Fighter 5 when I can. But for now, I'm getting quite good at that one. Moving on, we have Lego Batman, the video game. Pretty good Lego game, nice and a solid entry into the series. We have the Xbox 360 classics of Project Gotham Racing 4. I quite like that one. We have the Hitman HD trilogy. I do love me a bit of Hitman. We have Gears of War 1 and 2. This is the box that came with the Xbox 360 when I bought it. It was bundled with. We have an Xbox 360 Classics version of Tomb Raider Legends, and speaking of Legends, we have Brutal Legend, a really rather interesting RTS Battlefield game with a heavy rock element, and I suppose pun intended there. Assassin's Creed, the original. This one is one I bought in York when I was living there, and I was really impressed by the potential of the game, and I'm happy to say that for the most part, that potential has been lived up to in the follow-ups. We have Dead Space, a superb space horror game. Star Wars Connect. Yeah. We have Deus Ex Human Revolution, which is a superb game, actually, really good. Yet to properly play this one. I've been playing it, but I really want to go through and look at everything properly. BioShock 2. This is definitely a favourite of mine on the console. We have next, I'm not really normally a Call of Duty guy, but sometimes you just get the urge. So I recently picked up these two, Call of Duty 2 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Yeah, it's kind of, I can't really fully justify them, but heck, sometimes you just need to shoot people with modern weaponry. And on we go. Next we have Halo 3 ODST. I quite like that game. I know quite a few people don't. I picked up this for some reason. This is in this pile. It's a Rage sort of making of DVD. Quite an interesting watch. This was also bundled with the console, Lego Indiana Jones and Kung Fu Panda the movie. The Kung Fu Panda game is actually quite cool, but I just keep on getting stuck on a certain point. We have Dead Island Game of the Year edition. I quite like Dead Island. Pro Evo 6. Now this is probably I think the only football game I have, and the reason why I have it is because I have really fond memories of playing this game with friends when I lived in York, and that was back when the Xbox had the sliding menu, the sort of the blades menu. Yeah, wow, that was a long time ago. Next we have the Steelbook edition of Dead Rising 2, followed by the Game of the Year edition of Arkham City. And it says on the back, Xbox 360 must buy, and absolutely, without a doubt. The Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena, comes bundled actually with the Escape from Butcher Bay, the Xbox original game. I quite like them. They're not perfect, but they're very atmospheric. Game Party in Motion. Yeah, I think I got that for parties when people are very drunk. This is a bit of a hidden gem, Dark Sector. Really good. Really very playable and interesting game mechanic at the heart of it. Basically, you've got that sort of spiny, knifey frisbee thing. Very interesting game. Red Dead motherfucking Redemption. Yes, that's a great game. Next we have Mass Effect 2. again because of the recommendation from my friend, and also Kinect Adventures. I do own a Kinect, just, obviously that's how I play these, and that is actually quite good with friends. I do quite enjoy that particular game. Next we have the Steelbook edition of Dead Rising. This is one of my favourite Xbox 360 games, certainly one of my favourite early ones, and actually it was a reason why I chose the console, because it's Capcom doing zombies en masse. What's not to love? Kinect Sports, another one for parties. Next we have Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition. Need I say more? We have Transformers War for Cybertron. This is a wonderful Transformers game. I think I showed you a glitch that I found one day when Megatron was all pink on that game. We have Doom 3, the BFG edition. And this is wonderful because it actually comes with other Doom games on the disc. In fact, I think it comes with the original Doom, possibly Doom 2. Yes, it includes the classic Doom and Doom 2 games. I remember seeing Doom 3 on my then girlfriend's PC, the girlfriend who could run Stronghold on her PC, on her laptop, and loving it. And when I saw it was on the 360 and it had the other Dooms bundled with it, I had to get it. We have next Forza Motorsport 3. Again, sometimes I'm just in a mood for driving, and that, along with Project Gotham Racing, fulfills that. We have Seen It, the Box Office Smash edition. Quite good again for parties, especially if you know some film geeks, and I am a film geek. Next we have Dead Space 2, another superb space horror game, and we have the Steelbook edition of BioShock. This is a wonderful game. I love it. I love the atmosphere. Part of me wants to live in Rapture, possibly pre-disaster, but you know what, I'd take it either way. Next we have, from the creators of Doom and Quake, Rage, and I think this is actually why I have the Rage DVD. I think this came bundled with it when I bought this second hand. We have a triple game disc of Trials HD, Limbo, and also Splosion Man. And Limbo is a fascinating, very artistic game on the Xbox 360. Next we have Max Payne 3. I did enjoy the Max Payne original games on a friend's PC when I was in high school, and I had to get that one on the 360. I love me a good skateboarding game, and I read a bit about what was good on the Xbox 360, having loved these games on previous consoles, and this is the one I picked up. Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. Sometimes I'm just in the mood for that sort of 90s skateboard action. Next we have not a great game, but it does help me with my collection, and that is Resident Evil 6. Here's hoping what they do next is better. Actually, what they did do recently, which is very good, is this one, Resident Evil Revelations. Got to finish it so I can play Revelations 2. But that's a bit of a return to form, I think, for Capcom. Next we have Crysis 2, a beautiful, gorgeous game, first-person shooter with some very inventive elements. And we have an Xbox 360 Classics edition of Lego Harry Potter, years 1 to 4. And as we enter the home stretch, boys and girls, we begin with a superb game, The Cure, in many ways, for Aliens Colonial Marines, and that is Alien Isolation. A very, very good game. So atmospheric and so scary that I'm yet to complete it, just because it scares the shit out of me, I won't lie. Next we have the Mega Drive Collection on the Xbox 360, I think also called Sonic the Hedgehog Collection, something like that. This is the Ultimate Collection anyway, in the PAL region. A great collection of Mega Drive games when I can't be bothered just going upstairs and playing them. We have SSX Limited Edition. This was because I had a real hankering, again a little bit like skateboarding, hankering for snowboarding not that long ago. And my favourite SSX game is actually SSX 3 on the PS2. But I don't have a PS2 and I don't have SSX 3. I might have to try and get SSX 3 on the GameCube at some point, because this has some of the same sort of maps, but it's not quite the same game. Next we have one of probably the bargain of the century in terms of Xbox 360 discs, and that is the orange box from Valve. Has Portal, Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and also Team Fortress 2 on there. It's a wonderful, wonderful disc if you pick it up. Next we have Wet. It's a fantastic grindhouse movie type game. Lots of fun, completely over the top and ridiculous. Oh, what's this here? The Devil May Cry HD collection. Yes, yes. Oh, next we have something which I got very early on in the Xbox 360's lifespan, and I could just never quite get rid of it, and that's because, well, I kind of like it. I certainly like the game on the N64 and the character, and that is Perfect Dark Zero. By no means a perfect shooter, no pun intended, but at the time it was kind of one of the only good ones on the system, if that makes sense. Next we have LA Noire. My wife and I very much enjoy playing this game. We love trying to solve the mysteries and see if people are lying. Oh, let's see, only 4 more games to go. Which one should I do next? Lego Harry Potter years 5 to 7. I told you there's no particular order. They really should be next to each other, shouldn't they? We have Batman Arkham Origins. An okay game, but really didn't build all that much as it should have done on Arkham City. This game, though, certainly was a trailblazer, and that is Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm going to have to talk about this game soon on this channel, because Arkham Asylum was a game where when I saw the adverts for it, I was thinking, that's going to be terrible, especially following on from my experience with games which tried to do a similar sort of ad in the past. For example, Batman Forever on the Mega Drive. But this game is not terrible. This game is superb, and of course I had to go and get the Game of the Year edition. Assassin's Creed Revelations, not the special edition. I don't know why I have 2 of this game. Maybe I bought the special edition after I'd already played this one. Oh, and I just spotted, actually behind me, thank goodness for the viewfinder, eh? 2 more special editions for the Xbox 360. First of all, Mass Effect 3. I haven't yet finished Mass Effect 1, but I have all 3 because my friend insisted that I needed to get all 3 so that I would play all 3 and love all 3 as much as she. And finally we have, I really like this actually, this particular special edition, and it's Alan Wake, Awake, and it's basically a book. It's a book, and it contains some books actually on the inside of it, including the game, meant to be signed by the author, as it were. A really lovely special edition and thematic for the story of the game. I also have a selection of Xbox titles which variously work or do not work properly on the system. I particularly enjoy playing 13 on my Xbox 360. A great game which I actually first played on the GameCube. So there we have it, that's my Xbox 360 game collection. Hopefully you've stuck around to the bitter end on this video. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'll try and make it as short as possible in editing. I love the Xbox 360. It's one of my favourite systems. It's one of those ones where it was a system. It was my first Xbox. Actually, I didn't own the original Xbox, and it was a system which I bought because it was functional, as it were. I bought it at a time when I just needed a games console, and I thought, well, I'll go for the Xbox 360. I didn't really expect to love it, as I have loved, for example, past Nintendo consoles and the Mega Drive, this kind of thing. But I do love it, and I love the range of developers who have made excellent games on the system during its lifespan, and as I say, I'm yet to complete so many of these titles. So it's still a system which is serving me well, and I'm yet to see a red ring of death. Isn't that lucky? Anyway guys, as ever, until next time, do take care. Bye bye.